In this video, I'm going to go over the syllabus and all the expectations for the course. I'll also walk through Canvas to show you where all the information is, how you can get it, things like that. I've tried to set it up so it's fairly simple to use, and you can find information in a couple of different places. So in this video, watch what's going on so we can see make sure that you're clear as far as what the expectations are. Now, when you log into Canvas, the first thing you're going to see is the home page here. You'll see that there's kind of this welcome message, and you can get to the announcements. You'll see the first three announcements up here. You can also get to all of the announcements either clicking here or here for announcements. So you can open up the announcement and see what the most current one is, what the last couple of them were, this sort of thing. So you have all of the information there. So that's the home page. When you get in, you'll also see that you have some things to do, and it's going to show you what assignments are going to be coming up. Now, obviously, you're in the start here, so you're watching the videos that go on. The videos showing you all of the things that are happening as far as how to get into the information, how to use the system, things like that. Then you have the instructor information, some of my background, what it is that I look like, and my contact information. Please contact me anytime you might need some help or have a question. You have my phone number here. That's my cell phone. You also have my email address. So please feel free to call or email if you ever have any questions. You have the syllabus. The syllabus will come up and it will show you the syllabus right here. And you can expand it to a full page, or you can keep it partial page like that. Now, if you'd like to go ahead and download it, you can. Simply clicking here, it will download the document so that you can save it and look at it whenever you want, if you wanted to print it off or something like that. You have modules. What we've done is we've set it up by week. So each week you're going to have a module of things that need to be done. And it shows you week 1, here are the things that need to happen. There's always going to be a weekly instructions where you open it up and it will tell you what is it that needs to be read, viewed, participated in, what needs to be submitted. So you always have your instructions there. And again, you can go back to where you were at. You'll have the PowerPoints that go along with it. You'll have a video to watch for the week where I'm going over the PowerPoints. And in some of the videos, you're actually going to have a code, a secret code. You need to send me an email when there is a secret code there that says, here's what the secret code is, to prove to me that you've watched the video. You never know where it's going to be. You don't even know if there's going to be one for the week. So you'll have the video to watch. You have access to the PowerPoints I'll be going over. Then you have the quiz. What you want to do is make sure that you read over the chapter, then do the quiz. You'll see that the quiz is worth 10 points. And it's due on a certain date. Now, each of the quizzes will open up on a Monday, and they must be completed by Thursday at the latest. For open Monday, completed by Thursday. So you can do your quiz anytime you want between those times. The thing is, once you start, you have 10 minutes to finish. If you don't get finished within 10 minutes, it goes ahead and submits whatever it is that you've done. So you have a lot of options as far as when to do the quiz. Just once you start, you need to make sure that you get it finished within 10 minutes. There's going to be a discussion that goes along with each week. So what you do is you get involved in the discussions. For each discussion, it opens up, and it's open for the entire week. The thing is, you need to have your initial post done by Thursday at the latest. Your initial post answering the question done by Thursday. And then by Sunday, 3 significant responses to others' posts. Now, when I say significant, I mean something other than just gnarly post, dude, sort of thing. Bring in new information, bring in new articles, new sources, prove your point of view on various things. And so again, the minimum is initial post by Thursday, 3 significant responses by Sunday. That's average. A C. That will get you a C by hitting the minimums like that. It's average. To improve your grade, get involved earlier and stay involved. So you want to make sure that you're getting involved as far as the discussions are concerned. My philosophy is there's a lot of wisdom in the room, so to speak. And by sharing that wisdom and our experience and our knowledge, we all can learn more. So get involved with the discussions. Then you have the mini paper. The mini paper is going to be asking you to answer some questions at the end of the chapter. You get that done by Sunday at the latest. Mini papers are typically anywhere from the guideline is 2 to 3 pages. And you can see that there's a rubric that goes along with how the paper is going to be graded. You can always go out to your grades to find out how you're doing and what you're doing at any one point in time. I do my best to get things turned around within 24 to 48 hours after the due date. And so you can always go out to see what your grades are. You can see what I've done is I've submitted some things. If you have submitted something and it's been graded, you'll see what the score is here. You can find out what the comments are. You can also look at the rubric that goes along with that. In other words, when I was grading it, here's what the scores were from the rubric. So you can always see the rubric. You can always see the comments that go along with that. And I will probably, in the papers, I'll probably be putting in comments within the paper. And what you do is you click on this to open up the view of the paper and be able to see my comments. So at any one point in time, you can always go out to grades and see where it is that you stand. People, that's the people who are in the class. And then you have McGraw-Hill Connect. Now, this is how you access the textbook. Because I'm the instructor, I can't get to, and you're going to see something a little different, I can't get to the textbook as you can showing this. The thing is, if you need some help as far as accessing the textbook, just let me know. And then there's going to be the course evaluations that's done at the end of the semester. So that's the major portions of Canvas, and you can see that all of the stuff is in there. You can get to you have the modules that will show you week by week what it is that needs to happen. Now here's a little tip. As you're looking through this, and let's say you're getting down to week 3 or 4, and you don't want to scroll as much. Simply click on the little arrow here, and it collapses that week. To collapse the week. Make it a little easier as far as accessing some of the information you need. And once you collapse it, you can always open it back up by clicking on the little arrow. So that gives you a little tip as far as using some of this. Now you can also get to the quizzes from here. And you'll see that it shows when the quiz opens, when it's due, how many points, and how many questions there are. Again, the whole idea behind the quiz is to make sure and you're reading the chapter and to reinforce some of the key concepts. It's not hard. There are only 5 questions. Each question is worth 2 points. You just need to make sure that you get it done by Thursday at the latest. You can see when the due dates are for each of the quizzes. You have your discussion posts. You can get to the discussion posts either from here or from the modules. You'll see there are various weeks that have to happen, and everything is still open. Okay, so you can go in and look and see what's out there going forward. Or you can hit the assignments. The assignments are set up. If you want to go through it this way, I really suggest you go through it, get to everything through the modules. If you want to do it this way, you can. You'll see the assignments are set up by date. So it shows everything by date as far as the assignments are concerned. Now, if you prefer, you can also show the assignments by type. So if you click on that, what it does is it shows you here are all the quizzes. Here are all the discussions. And here are all the papers that need to be done. And again, you see, if you see the little arrow, you can collapse it and make it a little easier to read. One of the things I suggest, if you decide to go to the assignments, show it by date. And the reason for that is because it will show you when things need to be done in the order that they need to be done. On the syllabus, you'll see the syllabus information over here. You have my contact information, okay, with my email address and things like this. You'll see here is the textbook that needs to be used. And again, we're doing it with the day 1 thing. It's electronic, it's online. Here's the course description. You should have seen this as far as the catalog, and here's the access to the catalog information. The course objectives that we have, in other words, making sure that you understand the importance of work, the way performance is assessed, et cetera, et cetera. Look these over. This will give you some information as far as what are the objectives we're trying to accomplish with the course. This gets into how to get to the Connect information and how this is a day one program. And everything is online. So the course requirements. Week starts on Monday, ends on Sunday. We do that for every week. So it starts on Monday, ends on Sunday. Everything has to be completed by Sunday midnight. Each week follows the process of reading the chapters, doing the quiz, watching the video, participating in the online discussions, and doing the 2 to 3 page mini papers. Now, there are going to be several other papers that are a little bit longer. I'll show you that here in just a bit. This is the information on the quizzes. All right. Each quiz has 5 multiple choice questions. Once you get it started, you have to get it finished within 10 minutes. The discussion forums, you do your initial post by Thursday at the latest, and 3 significant responses to others' posts by Sunday. And again, meeting minimums is a C. That is average. To improve the grade, what you do is you get involved and you stay involved. You bring in new information. You bring in other articles and things. You'll have your weekly mini papers where you're actually answering the questions that are at the back end of the chapter for the review and discussion questions. Now, on weeks 4, 8, 12, and 16, you're actually going to have a little bit deeper reflection papers where you step back and reflect over the past chapters. What are some of the key things I've learned and how will I use those? The key thing here is going to be how are you going to use it? Think of it as a 50-50 split. All right. About 50% of the paper is going to be the detailed description of the learnings that you had over those weeks. The other 50% is going to be your action plans. How are you actually going to use those? One of the things I say here also is send me drafts. Send me a draft of those major papers, and what I'll do is I'll give you feedback. You have to make sure that you send me the draft, say by Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest, so that I can work it into my schedule, get it read, give you some feedback, and get it back to you so that you have time to make changes. So send me a draft, and I'll be more than happy to send you some feedback. What is it that needs to be fixed? Which parts are actually really good? Things like that. All assignments are due by this prescribed date. I don't accept late assignments. That's all there is to it. So stay on track. Let's say that you're going to be traveling or you're going to be out of town of some sort. Get things done ahead of time. If there's a problem with the system, in other words, Canvas goes down and here you are, you're trying to get something done, you will not be penalized for any kind of system outages. One of the things I am really strong about is the idea of expressing people's opinion. You have the option and the ability to express your opinion in these courses, and we need to respect those opinions. We may not agree, we still need to respect them. Late work, again, I don't accept late work. Now here's how the evaluation is done and how the grades are actually assessed. You'll see there's 12 discussion boards at 10 points each for a total of 120 points. 13 quizzes at 10 points each for 130 points. 11 weekly mini papers of 10 points each for a grand total of 110 points. And then you have your reflection papers. There are 3 reflection papers at weeks 4, 8, and 12. Those are each worth 25 points. The final reflection paper, which really does need to be much more in-depth and very, very well written, is worth 65 points. And you can see how the points break down as far as their grades. Response time, I do my best to get back to you just as quickly as I can. Now, I can't promise you that I will be available whenever you try to call or if you text or something along those lines. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Drop deadlines, make sure you check the Johnson County Community College website as far as what the drop deadlines are, as far as when you can get money back, when the final date is to drop the course without an F, that sort of thing. Don't cheat. Don't plagiarize. If you need any kind of accommodation, please make sure you get in touch with access services so that you can get those things ironed out. And you get me the information as far as what it is that you need for access. You deserve that. You're owed that if you need it. We have some great counselors here on staff. So make sure if you need some of the counseling, you need some help, contact them. There's the safety information. Okay, we have some great police force, and some great information and ways to make sure that you stay safe. And then we have the course schedule. So again, you can always go out to the syllabus to see what the course schedule is and what is it that's due. You can see on the first week, we're looking at introductions and the information for chapter 1. It tells you to read chapter 1, do the quiz. There's a couple of discussion boards to accomplish. One is a who am I? I'd like to get to know folks as something other than just text on a screen. Who is it that's actually in the class? And then the question that's going to be discussed within the entire class. Then you have your weekly mini paper. So you can see what it is that we're going to be covering throughout the semester with trends, equal opportunity, safety, work analysis, and how to design jobs. What are the things that go into it? You can see that this is one of those weeks where we're going to be doing a larger reflection paper. You can see that that's approximately, the guideline for that is approximately 5 to 10 pages. Planning and recruiting. Selection. How do we find the right folks? How do we decide who it is to hire? What is it that we do as far as training and making sure that they can do the jobs? Thinking about high performance organizations is something that we can do as far as the organization itself. We'll have a spring break. Hope everybody's going to have some fun during that week. We'll look at performance reviews. How do we actually do performance reviews? What are some good, what are some bad ways of doing it? Thinking about separation and retaining. What is it that we're actually doing to retain good employees? What is it that we're doing when somebody needs to leave? Either through performance issues or you have a downsizing. How do you handle some of that? We'll look at pay. How do we actually set up the pay structures and the things that are necessary to make sure that people are rewarded for what it is that they're doing and they're paid fairly? We'll look at recognition. What are some key things to do as far as recognizing people for what it is that they've done at the organization? Think about benefits. We'll also look at labor relations and then pulling everything together. So those are some of the key concepts as far as what it is we're going to be covering over the semester. Again, if you have questions, please feel free to give me a call anytime. Send me an email, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you out wherever I can. Thank you.